Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, one and all, and welcome back to the channel, and welcome back to a brand new rebuild of Leeds United. Now, in real life, at the moment, Leeds kind of fluffed their lines a little bit. Obviously, they got relegated last season, so they're in the Championship, and they were pushing hard for that automatic promotion spot this season, but unfortunately slipped up in the last few games and ended up dropping into the playoff zones. So I am going to rebuild this side into a competitive side that will return the club to almost its former glory. That's what I'm hoping to do. Bring them back into the Premier League, keep them in the Premier League consistently, and I'd say as an outside target, either win a domestic trophy or qualify for European competition within the space of 5 years. Now, can I do both? I'd like to think I can. I'd like to think I could win something, one or the other, or maybe both by the end of the 5 years. But there is another little twist. Now, obviously, I love finding my wonder kids on this game, and that is exactly what I'm going to do, because I am setting this challenge as an under-21s only transfers challenge as well. So nobody over the age of 21 is going to be signed for Leeds. So it's going to stand them in good stead for the future. Which reminds me, before I move on to anything, there is another little new announcement for the channel, and that is I've opened my own Patreon channel. The link will be in the description below. If you would like to subscribe, you will get access to these save game files. They will be up there, and that will give you access to them, and you can play them and carry them on. And then once you carry them on, you can let me know how you're doing, seeing if you're doing better than me or whatever happens. But that's enough of that little plug, as well as the old like and subscribe plug. You know what to do on that. So let's delve into it. We are on the 31st of August, so transfer window is near enough done and dusted. Financially wise, Leeds are actually in a fairly decent position, considering they did get relegated last season. It doesn't mean they went into any sort of massive amounts of debt. There's a little bit here, but their overall balance is really good. I can't remember off the top of my head what the transfer budget is when you first start off on the game, but obviously the wage budget being around about 800,000 for the year, only spending 760, which ain't too bad. Transfer wise, let's have a quick look and see. The only one I brought in was a left back. I kind of looked at that and thought, you know what, that is our weakest position. One player in, and that is a young Spanish lad from Southampton, who, to be fair, I haven't heard that much of, but on the game, very solid. Good physicals, good mentals, and great technicals as well for a 19-year-old. This guy's got a lot of potential. I think he'll do well for us, and I'm hoping as well, bringing in youngsters, especially this season, okay, only one transfer, and next season, bringing in a few more, they'll mature and come into their own round about season 4 and 5. That's what I'm hoping. That's the plan. Transfers out. I don't think I had many go out, just a couple of loans. Joe Gelhardt, Diogo Monteiro, a couple of others basically going out on loan. A few youngsters here and there. Squad-wise, pretty stacked, actually. Got a good plethora of players through all the positions that we need, which has stood us in good stead because we've done pretty well. I don't know why it does that. Right, separate it down. There we go. So start of the season, obviously the Championship starts earlier than the Premier League, a week ahead. So we had a nice 4-0 win to start off with against Cardiff, and then beat Wrexham in the first round of the Carabao Cup into the next round, and then into the third round of it, beating Wigan 4-0. A 2-2 draw against Ipswich is the only blot on what has been an excellent start to the season. We are currently sitting third in the Championship, only 2 points off the top. I am going for those 2 top spots. First time round, it has to be done. And to do that, standard gegenpress 4-2-3-1 attacking formation, and hey, it's starting to work well already. So I can't really complain at that, to be fair. And I am locking in Nonto and Somerville in these positions because they have got some talent. I mean, Wilf Nonto, his physicals are ridiculous. Okay, his technicals aren't the best, but his technicals are good where they need to be besides his crossing. But it's his physicals that do it for him. He's an absolute speed machine. Along with Somerville. Those two running at you is ridiculous. And technically and mentally, he is actually better than Nonto. So, I've plugged him in for those two positions, and I'm going to see how that works for this season. Fingers crossed, it'll work. Let's go and simulate the season and find out and see what happens. I'll see you in a few seconds. Boom! There we go. There we have it. First season in. Top of the table. Broke the 100 points barrier. And we were well clear. We were well clear. Okay, yes, Southampton gave us a good run. But Leeds and Southampton basically ran away with it this season and left Leicester and Norwich and all the others in the playoff zone well behind. Looking at this, Jorginho Ruta, 20 goals. Larios, our new left-back signing, highest average rating. Damn, Somerville with 17 assists. Can't really complain at that. I mean, looking at the... If I go back, actually, if I go back and look at the graph, we didn't lose the top spot at all season. Scheduling-wise, I mean, okay, we had a couple of blips here and there. Okay, so there. Quick look at the competitions. Knocked out in the fourth by Arsenal and Wolves. Not bothered this season. The main aim was to get into the Premier League, and that is fine. We had an unbeaten December. We went a little bit patchy around January, early February, but then picked it back up again. We almost did throw the title away. We lost a couple of games there that we really shouldn't be losing, especially one at home to Blackburn. But the key one at the end of the season, facing Southampton, and we beat them 4-0. Now, one of the major wonder kids on this game is Archie Gray. Archie Gray, I didn't actually shoehorn him into the team to keep him in there because I didn't want to knacker him out. So I wanted to let my assistant manager and the game just develop him, how he would do naturally, so to speak. And yeah, he's developed all right this season. He's played quite a few games, 9 off the subs bench, 18 starts, 4 goals. Overall, 5 goals and 3 assists, and a very good average rating for his first full season in the Championship. Can't complain at that. Speaking of which, let's have a quick look at the goals. So yeah, Ruta with 20, Pirro with 16, and he only had 27 starts. That's not too bad. Somerville with 14 and 17 assists, Nonto with 13 and 12, Bamford even got 11 goals. I really can't complain at that. We're back in the Premier League, we're back in the big leagues, and financially wise, 42.5 million. A couple of players are going to be sold. I mean, this squad is pretty stacked. That's that. I think on the registration side of things, looking at it, yeah, I mean, take the under-21s out, we've got a very full squad. But obviously, we will be losing a few. The likes of Joe Rodon, who's coming on loan, won't be signing him. Connor Roberts, won't be signing him. Jaden Anthony, won't be signing him. They're all going, so they're gaps that will need to be filled, but there are a couple of other players who I'm considering getting rid of. But overall, first season, smashed it. Absolutely and utterly smashed it. And I'm very, very happy with that. So that leaves it down to the second season. Now, obviously, that'll be to try and survive relegation. Join in for episode 2 to see how we do on the transfers and see how we do in our first season back in the Premier League. Can we stay up? Who knows? But you got to join in, look at episode 2 and find out there. Please leave a like on the video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done already. It would really, really help this channel out. I'm trying to get it boosted as much as possible, and I'm trying to reach 100 subscribers by the end of June, hopefully. So please help me out and get to that target. I'll be really, really appreciative of it. So join me in the next episode. I'll see you then. Ta-ra.